Hey everyone. For today's topic, I want to discuss one of the main causes of suffering in the world. And I've come to realize it's due to people not working on themselves. This, in my opinion, causes the most pain and suffering for us human beings. Because when people choose not to work on themselves, it creates cycles of suffering. You'll have broken people becoming parents, and then they inevitably are going to be bad parents, which means they're going to raise broken children. Then those broken children will become adults and they'll likely still be broken, and then they'll be bad parents as well, and then they'll have children of their own, and the cycle continues to repeat. And you also have the same thing happening in the dating world, where people who haven't worked on themselves are a bit broken. They start dating and they end up hurting other people, thus creating even more broken people. And then those broken people will then go on to create more. And there you go. The cycles just keep going on and on endlessly. And it all stems from so few people choosing to work on themselves. Let me define that real quick for clarity's sake. I don't believe going to university is working on yourself, because that's something that everybody is kind of incentivized to do in this modern age. To me, working on yourself is you consciously deciding and making a commitment to become a better human being over time. And that entails a bunch of different things you'll work on, but it all leads to the same outcome, you becoming a better person over time, right? That, to me, is what it means to work on yourself. But so few people do this. And the reason why is because many of them aren't even taught how to do this, so many of them don't even really think of it. It's not something that ever comes to mind for them. Most people just go through the motions. But then also, for the people who are aware of this concept, many people don't want to partake in it because it's difficult. It is not the easy path to take in life. So a lot of people avoid it entirely, and they don't understand how that makes their lives worse in the long run, but I won't get into that in this video. So yeah, this is not a common route because it's not easy, and many people prefer taking the easiest path possible because they have no mental strength whatsoever. So you get these cycles of suffering that just repeat endlessly, and it's really unfortunate. I mean, this is why I'm so passionate about helping others, because to me, this is like the best thing you can do for the world, is try to inspire other people to become better human beings so we end some of those cycles of suffering. I mean, some of you who've reached out to me, you haven't had easy upbringings at all. Some of you have been hurt countless times, and yet you're choosing to work on yourselves, to become better people. And I've seen the impact, or I've seen how this has actually played out for many of you. I've seen how you've become better over time. And it's awesome to witness that, because it shows how no matter how difficult your past was, no matter how poor your parents were, how bad all of your exes were in your dating and relationship experiences, you can still become a better person and rise above your past. And that's a beautiful thing. So kudos to all of you who've had difficult pasts, and yet you're choosing to become a better human being now. Like, seriously, give yourself a pat on the back. I wish I had a whole audience behind me who could cheer for you right now, but instead you'll just have to take me cheering for you as good enough in this video, because it's just me here. But seriously, bravo guys, like, it's awesome. I really think that is one of the most incredible, impactful, and even most beautiful things we as human beings can do in life, because it's just doing our part to ensure that there's a little bit less suffering and pain in the world. Because the more we work on ourselves, the more we're not going to contribute to that anymore. It's almost always people who are hurting who end up hurting others. Broken people create more broken people. So the more we choose to rise above and make ourselves better, the more we're getting rid of those obnoxious cycles of suffering and pain out there. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this because it's such an unfortunate thing, and it's always been a part of humanity's past, because there's never been like a culture that's made all of its citizens choose to become the best versions of themselves. I mean, there have been some societies that get close to that, but none of them have ever fully embraced it, and there's a bunch of reasons behind that, but it's just really unfortunate how we have so many education systems that fail people. They're basically set up to create workers, but not to create good people. And I would think the world would be a far better place if we focus on choosing to create good people via education, and not so much good workers. Like, who gives a crap if someone's productive for the economy their entire life? I wager the world, even technologically and even economically, would be better if we made better people via the education system. But I don't know if that will ever happen, honestly. There's so many things at play preventing that. One of the biggest things being human greed and lust for power. Like, if you're at the top of the hierarchy, you probably don't really want to educate people to be the best they can be, because if you are bad at all at your job, all those well-educated people are going to want to get rid of you. And there are a lot of just horrible world leaders right now, so there'd be a lot of coups happening or a lot of revolutions. So there's a reason why the education system is set up the way it is, because yeah, it wouldn't be good for those in power if we were all the best versions of ourselves. But anyway, that's a side tangent there, but hopefully you get my point with this video. It's just really important that we choose to do what we can to make the world a better place, because that will help end those cycles of suffering, because most suffering truly is due to people choosing not to work on themselves, whether consciously or unconsciously. But it happens so freaking often that most people out there, the average person out there, they are not evolved. They are not someone who has worked on themselves. And it's really unfortunate. So hopefully all of you watching this video, we can band together and do what we can to make the world a better place. But anyway, I truly hope you enjoyed this video. If you like content like this, be sure to subscribe for more. Otherwise, the easiest way you can help me out is just to throw a like and a comment on the video for the algorithm. And I will see you guys in the next video. Arrivederci!